Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos al show Vida en Cero Gravedad, Life in Zero Gravity. Tú sabes las vibras. You know the vibes. You're well aware of the vibes and what they entail. So, I've been up for more than 36 hours. I'm an animal. My stamina is unmatched. For real though. Yeah, I stayed up. How long has it been? Let me do some quick math. It has actually been like 39 hours. Damn. That's bad. That's real bad. But I feel good. I feel good. And my stamina really is crazy. It's from going to the gym so much, honestly. Like, that didn't really phase me too much. I felt tired a little bit, but I made it through. I'm probably going to be exhausted tomorrow, if I had to guess. But we'll see. I feel okay right now. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens tomorrow. I don't know what to expect. I would bet on me being completely exhausted tomorrow, but you never know. Yeah, but I did it all to spend time with Astro. Um, I work a lot, very busy, and I worked overnight last night to try to save some time for her. And I think we made the most of that time. So I'm glad about that. That's actually one of the number one problems that I have had recently with people who defend being a deadbeat dad and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I look at my own life and I'm like, yeah, it would have been easier to be a deadbeat dad, not be in my kid's life, not provide financial support and all that. It would have been easier to do that. I'd be in a different place. Would have been further along in music. A lot of people chose their music careers over raising their kids, and I don't know, like, I never could do that. I always felt like it was important, like the most important thing. As much as I love music, as much as I wanted that more than pretty much everything, there's one thing that I valued above it, and that's like the people who matter most. Like, I love music. I give up just about anything for it except that. So, yeah, it's pretty much where I draw the line. And yeah, it made for some tough times. I spent a lot of years being broke. Spent a lot of years just struggling, just trying to get by. That's why it's always interesting. Like, these rappers rap about the hood that they ain't lived in like 10, 20 years or more, and like they talk about that all the time. And I'm like, I'm living this struggle every day. Like, I I've been down longer than they ever were, but because of the way I look, my credibility gets called into question, and that's always interesting to me. It's like a lot of these fools have never been through the shit that I've been through. How many of y'all have been jumped in the streets by people at least claiming to be from gangs and shit? How many times has that happened to you? It's happened to me multiple times. I'm a strong individual and I was able to fight them off every time. Nobody's ever like been able to actually whoop me, except for my dad. That's it. But I mean, that's natural. As a kid, you're gonna get whooped by your parents. It's just inevitable. Some say it's wrong. My thoughts, and I've said this before, but it it went too far. It definitely went too far. I personally don't think it's wrong to spank your kids if they get out of line, but a lot of y'all shouldn't do it because you have no restraint. You can't control yourselves. You go too far with it. So, yeah. But I would say in general, I don't think conceptually it's a bad thing, and that's going to be controversial. I feel like everybody needs their ass kicked at least once in their life, and it's like it's more understandable for your parent to be the one that kicks your ass than somebody else. They could prevent you from catching an ass whooping from someone else later. Because basically, until you realize how badly somebody can wreck you, I don't think you really know how to live. Like your life is built on a fantasy of you just being untouchable and being able to get away with whatever you want, and like somebody shows you that that's not true. And I don't know, I'm all in favor of it. That's what I would say. So yeah, I went on a weird tangent, huh? It always does. It always does on KCRO. But yeah, just spending time with my daughter. She should be joining me on here. I guess I can't promise that. Might go through a whole episode and go wild and not end up seeing her. So you never know. But she's supposed to join me. You know, she's eating ice cream right now, which is totally fair. And some of these subjects, like, I don't want her to be bored, so I don't want to get into this stuff and bore her to tears, you know. So I figured, why not just jump into some of the more adult subjects before she jumps on? I thought that made more sense. In general, these are adults. So BBL Drizzy, he rapped over the BBL Drizzy beat or the sample, you know. And it's just predictably corny to me. It's like, yeah, of course he did that. He did the what a lot of people were like making fun of him for potentially doing. He did it. And it's funny to see the Drake fans cope and be like, nah, he slid on that. Nah, he slid on that beat and all this stuff. And I'm just like, he's the goat. It's like, no, it's corny. It's super corny. Like, what are you doing? You know, why would you think that was a good idea? Who on your team thought it was a good idea to pop up with a sexy red? You know, and now y'all, the bad bitches are back. You know, I saw that that song has like last time I saw it was like 78,000 dislikes and like I don't know, maybe 20,000 likes. It was struggling. It was doing bad, down bad. You know, doing horrendously. I think people are really starting to turn against that fool, and it's like they should have turned against him in like 2009. You know, they let this parasite keep growing on the carcass of hip hop, and no one did anything. You know, people just protected their own personal gain. They didn't want to take the risk. They didn't want to come under fire, so they let him get away with it. Story of the entertainment industry. It happens all the time. I think it's whack, but whatever. Nothing I can do about that. So yeah, this industry is just a joke a lot of times, man. That's all I'm saying. It's just a joke. Like I can't take a lot of this stuff seriously. Also, sorry about that. I was checking notifications. I'll be honest with you. Nobody. It like I'll get these like notifications, then you look and it's like just somebody trying to get you to rent a room or whatever. That's all the ads are. So yeah, BBL Drizzy, man. BBL Drizzy rapping over the BBL Drizzy beat. People are claiming it as genius, and I'm just like, it was so predictable that he would end up doing that, and then he just laid down some garbage bars, you know. And I know y'all easily impressed, especially as Drake fans, but it was some garbage bars. J. Cole did too. I'll be honest with y'all. Well, let me see. I think I was gonna get into yeah, I'm gonna get into that a little later. Yeah, let's get into that later. But yeah, it was just bad. It was bad. And man, like Sexy Red is just he's so Sexy Red is awful. I said it before, I'll say it again. Sexy Red is awful. She was absolute trash on this song. Like as you would predict. She like the appeal is really interesting. I guess people just like their raunchy shit. So they see her and like they go for that. But to me it's like she doesn't she doesn't flow on beat. Her voice is annoying. Like she doesn't have clever bars. In fact, they repeat each other a lot. Just all that. It just makes you wonder, like, why? 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 Yeah, Obbs needs to just lay low for a while. His credibility's in shambles. He just looks like a giant joke to most of the industry right now. You know, BBL Drizzy. We bring in the champagne. You feel it? Yeah. Specially directed. But yeah, he needs to lay low for a while. His credibility's in shambles. I don't think that I don't know if it could really recover. He just looks like a joke. And he's gonna do what he can to try to fight his way out of that, I guess, but it's not gonna work. You're corny now, man. That's a kiss of death in hip hop. Once you're corny, like nobody is gonna be one to bump that anymore. You were always corny. I think people were just so greedy trying to get a pass for themselves that they let you get put on, you know. You just lay low. I said it before, I'll say it again. Sexy Red is awful, man. She was absolute trash on this song. Absolute trash. J. Cole is better than Aubrey, but to I'd like to reiterate that like neither of them are special to me. Neither of them would be a fraction of what they are in the '90s. It's just that hip hop is so bad now that anybody competent, anybody somewhat competent that makes music that can appeal to a group of people basically is going to get put on. You get your lucky ticket, and that's that. It helps when you're a nepo baby and you got like family in the music industry, and then you got you yourself are in the television industry. We got that going on. It makes it a lot easier, huh? So no, I don't value hits and all that stuff as much as the next person, because some people literally don't make stuff for radio. They don't make stuff for TV. Yeah, man. Obs just needs to lay low. His credibility is just in shambles. Keeps getting caught in lie after lie, and it doesn't even make sense. It's like, why are you lying about that? That's weird. Like, you don't have to do that. You know, don't protect anybody. But I don't know, man. Rider's gonna ride. The rider's on my bone. You feel me? Kendrick to me has always been levels above Aubrey and Jermaine. You know, I've just never like Aubrey will have a punchline, and then it's the novelty of like, oh, he's not a terrible singer. Oh, he's not a terrible rapper. This is different. And it's like people have been doing stuff like that realistically, you know. Um, but Aubrey. Yeah, Kendrick, he's always been levels above Aubrey and Jermaine. I hope this is a real actual tour for, you know, the whole lyricism angle. Kendrick to me always has been levels above Aubrey and Jermaine. I hate that this is a real. I hope this is a real turning point for rap, where real lyricist people like break it down into terms y'all can understand. Cause I said it before and I'll say it again. I hope it is a real turning point for lyrics, man. Seems like people are more focused on lyrics. They're breaking them down. They're trying to hype their guy up, off of the strength of the lyrics. So if all that can happen from lyrics, they must be pretty strong. You know, lyrics are a killer. So yeah, Kendrick. I hope it's a real turning point for rap, where like lyricism, where real lyricism returns, you know. I hope it is like that. Rap deserves it. Rap been carrying music for a while. Now we gotta react the way they want us to react. I don't know. I don't know about all that. But yeah. Happy Memorial Day to everyone out there. Lots of my family served in the military, you know. Let's see. I have one cousin who was in, what's it called? Which one did he end up being in? I thought it was Air Force. Anyway, military guy. um, oh man, what the military? Happy Memorial Day to everyone out there. You know, very special. I don't know. Been making things happen one way or another, you know. I actually went back and listened to some old episodes, and they were better than I thought. Y'all made me think they were trash. Well, no one said anything, but because no one said anything, my default was like, "Ooh, maybe those are trash." Went back and listened, and it actually is funny, and a lot of it is just improv. Most of this show, really, that's what this is. Just me stringing together ideas, but it's not actually, you know. So yeah, happy happy day to everybody out there. I wish I could pause this. You know, you can't pause it, so you just got to keep rolling with it. Sometimes I do wish there's a way to do it. I'd have to just record it directly on my phone, but then like put it on the internet, then attach it. Like it's a lot of work for me. Like why not? It's a very special memorial. Happy Memorial Day to everyone out there. Lots of you know, lots of people. It's a very special day for me. You know, it's the annual tradition of my dad being mad that he has to work Memorial Day. So that's an annual tradition on Memorial Day because my dad served. So he whines about it every time. He doesn't give Memorial Day off. And he should. I don't like if you're in the military, you should get Memorial Day off. Kind of silly, I think. Like these companies are just so greedy. That seems like a no-brainer to me. It's also a very special day for Miss Astro Alacorn. Very special day. No, I had to dodge that. Miss Astro Alacorn. Miss Astro Alacorn. Jastro Jalicorn.
This is gonna be a nightmare to clean up.
Why?
I mean, my hair is gonna be a nightmare to wash.
Why you say that?
Excuse me.
You shook?
Because I rebraided it myself, and I already know that I can't do my hair.
You can do it. I believe in you.
No, I can't.
I believe in you. Are you alright?
No, sorry. It's the insect is strong.
Is it too strong? I lit some incense. Do you have to? If you don't want to, you don't have to. She doesn't want to do the podcast, I guess. So I guess I have to carry. She doesn't want to do anything but be on her phone today. But that's okay. So she could enjoy. Yeah. Or I guess I have to shift this around. Let's see. No, you don't have to do it. KZRO Sports. I guess I'll do KZRO Sports. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just have fun with your friends. It's your weekend. At this point, I'm just rooting against the Celtics. Of course. I never root for the Celtics. Is there any scenario where I'd root for the Celtics? It would have been tough if it ended up being Denver against the Celtics. I still would have had to root for Denver, I guess, but I would have been happy about it. Yeah. She's being a little, I don't know, Astro. Everybody has their own priorities, but I asked her before I got ready for the show if she wanted to do it, and she said yeah, and then she changes it up at the last second, so it kind of messes up the whole flow for me. I'm exhausted. I stayed up all night, and it sucks, but whatever. It's just kind of we're gonna have to cut down the phone use. It's too much at this point. Like when I'm working on weekends, she's just on it all day, every day, and she just can't get enough. Like, doesn't make her feel good. There's always like more insecurities being uncovered, which is just they're way too young for that. And it's tough. I always ask her, like, did somebody say something or what? Because it's like some of it just doesn't make sense. It's like, where did you even get this idea from? But you can't predict it. So I didn't mean to be rude to her or anything. I was a little bit frustrated because she's changing it up. She was here for a minute, didn't really say anything, was just laying on the bed, like kind of whining, and that was it. It's like, that's fine. She doesn't ever have to do the show. I told her that, but she also like canceled on my mom earlier. My mom wanted to do karaoke with her, and she'd rather play like phone games with her friends where they're like yelling at each other. It's like, it's a bit much, but it's whatever though. I should have done this earlier. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. This is one of those weeks where I really contemplated, like, do I want to do this show anymore? Because it's kind of frustrating. Like, I'm just frustrated with the industry in general, but I'm frustrated with Spotify specifically. I feel like they're hiding my stuff. Spotify actually took one of my albums off of Spotify this week for like what's the term they use? Basically like manipulating streams. I'm like, bro, I didn't do that. I used this like feature that my promotion thing has, right? Whatever you want to call that. So all it was, where's I even going with that? Yeah, this is not going to be one of my better efforts. I'm sorry. Like I said, barely slept the night before. Now, when I look at the show, it's like the numbers decline, and it doesn't seem like anyone really cares. It just feels like maybe it's for the best I don't do it anymore. I don't like. I try. It's hard to find the time. I got to find more time in the day. I want to make the show better. I don't want it to be just boring for people. But what can I do? You know. Yeah, she's just playing with her friends on Roblox. She spent hours on that already today. As soon as we went out and we went to get Ike's, the sandwich place. soon as we come back, she gets in the room, closes the door, and is like playing Roblox games. It's cool. Like I'm glad she's getting along with her friends, but there's a lot of drama with them where it's like they're up one minute, they're down the next, and all that. And I don't know. I gotta carry this to carry this whole thing. It sucks. Last minute. That was like the maybe the worst cancellation I've had because she canceled after dragging the show down for like the 1 minute that she was here and then going to play with her friends. Just like, all right, whatever. Why do you have to be like that? Oh, she texted me earlier and said, does she have to do it? Well, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb for the show, so I didn't see it. But she did text like 8 minutes ago, which would have been right before she came and asked if she had to do it, so whatever. It's nice that she does it. I'm glad that she apparently has fun, you know. But tonight it's a little frustrating. Um, her canceling on my mom, then canceling on me. Like to play games, which is like that's always gonna be there. I don't know. We're not always gonna be there. She's writing to me right now. See what she said. You didn't. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of leaves me in a bad spot. So I'm trying to make the best of it. But if you have your whole episode kind of centered around talking to someone and then they don't show up, like it kind of just ruin the episode. So trying my best. I had a pretty decent like 15 minutes at the beginning too, but it's kind of got derailed now, understandably. I get it. Like there's other stuff you want to do. She just should have said something like earlier than she did. Can't say it like while I'm in the middle of a show, you text me and ask if you have to do it. Like I didn't even see that. So I don't know. Sorry, I'm like adjusting my hair. But yeah, it's a special day. This is a special day. It's whatever. Damn, y'all. This is a tough one. If you want to tune out now, you can, because I don't know what we're going to do for the rest of this episode. I'm kind of burnt out. You know, people unfollow me, probably salty Drake fans. It's whatever, though. I don't even want them on here, so Spotify buries this. I see it gets like thousands of impressions every week, and they barely show it to anybody. So, fuck Spotify. Spotify fucking took my album down because they said that there was like manipulated streams, basically, or like artificial streams. I'm like, no, there's not. If there is, then it's the fault of the distributor I use because they have a wheel of playlist feature. So I got on those playlists. Then they come, you know, somebody comes later and says that I plagiarized or whatever. It's like, what? That was a cover album. So it's just funny the links that people go to. Try to be right. All in the name of being right, right? What's the point of it? You can't be right all the time. Yeah. But yeah. Much love, much peace out there. I hope you're all doing well. I'm struggling, trying my best to make it through this episode, but now everything's really hitting me. See, I don't have anyone to help me carry this. I can still see the eye, but the clock ticking. So yeah, I guess I can continue some KZ Arrow Sports. Yeah, at this point, I'm just roast. I don't hate anything about FX. At this point, I'm hating them, roasting them. You know, that's just the way that it went. Man, I don't want to do this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a tough time making it through another half hour of this. I'm like about to fall asleep. So I'm sure y'all are entertained by this. I should keep this on private almost. But yeah, it'll be alright in the end. Everything will be alright. What do I do? No, I got into this industry. I got into this industry because I saw the great aspects of it. I've dedicated my life to making the best music I could possibly make. Some days is easier than others, you know. It's been kind of a rough week. I don't even know if I want my music on Spotify. But the fact that they took it off just feels like a violation. Damn, this just in: the the Celtics complete the sweep of the Pacers. Man, they complete the sweep of the Pacers. Pacers just shit the bed, huh? Goddamn. Pacers just fucked up. That was another like 2 point. Like almost all the games in the series they could have lost. You know, the Celtics, but they won. So I think like all the games were close. Some of them were like a few points. Like I think game one and well, I know game four, but I think game one also was like that. So it's interesting. So I guess I just got to root for probably the Mavs. Oh, problem with the Mavs anyway. So yeah, I guess I do that. Out of the ones left, not that I would in parties, but out of the ones left, I don't know how she's changing. Man, this is where it really sets in. So you will be filled with happiness. So you will be filled with laughter. Hmm. You know, I've had a streak of like never making an episode under an hour since like the very beginning. I'm wondering if I should just break that because I'm coming up empty, chief. I don't feel like this is entertaining for anyone. So I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it feels. Hmm. Let me see. So when Drake says you're gonna fuck around, make him catch a body like that, was he talking about doing plastic surgery? Like he's gonna catch that body? You know, could be that, right? The BBL King. Simp God. Could be that. Can't rule it out. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. All right. What do y'all like to do? How's everything treating you? How's everything going? Been interesting. Whew. Everybody measures music success by numbers. But a lot of us have never written material with the plans of like being number one and all that. Like we just don't write the material like that. I guess it works. Some people do it, but we don't write material in that purpose. I haven't done that before. So thank you. You gotta live in your purpose. If your purpose is to beat motherfuckers up, that's all you gotta do. Just live in your purpose. What do you believe your purpose is? It's interesting to ask people that. Everybody has a different answer. But it's interesting to know. Hmm. Well, man, this is just it's hard to make fun of my own performance, but I'm just like totally tapped out. Like I give you a solid half hour, I think, and then I don't know what this is. I'm just out of energy is what it is, honestly. That's what it comes down to. I'm just totally drained of my energy. I feel like my superpowers are gone. Normally I'm like bouncing off the walls and stuff, and today I'm just like totally gutted. you know. I don't know why I randomly thought of this, but the fallout with OJ dying now. Who's gonna be the new OJ? Who's gonna do it? Who will? Nobody. Not it was weird when OJ passed away, right? Weird. We've had some major deaths lately. Of course, Bill Walton, R.I.P. Bill Walton. That was crazy. It just came out of nowhere. I mean, they all do, but like I didn't know he had cancer or anything. I guess people keep that quiet. But poor guy. Mm, did some great things in the sport of basketball. Played on some great teams. Was really a great commentator in his own right. So sad to see him go. Weird. Getting to the age where more and more people are dying. I guess that's just part of life, right? Gotta make sure. I'll have to talk to Jazzy after this. I don't want her to feel bad. It's really not that big of a deal. And it's nice that she even wants to do the show at all. So I'm not trying to make her feel bad. But like live reaction in the moment, it was a little frustrating that she changed the plans up. In a vacuum, would I care? No. So go back to your day. Man, this is tough. This is what I do every week. Well, really, I'm blaming this on not getting enough sleep. Really, like, not really getting sleep, honestly. I didn't really sleep. So I'm blaming this on. I think that's fair. Don't feel as sharp. Missing connections, almost falling asleep a bunch of times. Although I will say, I think I did do better than other times where I actually have fallen asleep. He doesn't even know. That's the funny part. But if he did, he probably would have kicked me out a long time ago. So it's fun though. Yeah, I think. How do we kill like the next 19 minutes? Anything can happen. Anything. I don't even know how I'm doing this, honestly. I feel so tired and I feel like I'm like the last person who should be contacted. So maybe I was someone's last option. Now it's like, well. The pig is eating the slop. Yeah. Finally, somebody did it. That's gonna sound so weird when people play that back. I swear I'm just spouting nonsense. There already are people working on finding that with you, so people know. I wish there was a way to stop this, but not lose the check for a check handbag. Interesting. Yeah. So I hope everybody can make this happen, transform out of the awkward phases. I'm sure we will be all set to boom. Yeah. Got love for anybody that makes music, really, that's an MC. Even if he has a fancy house, whatever they want to say, like, that's fine. You should probably still bring security because for one place, it must be bad, or they're just getting their training in. Sometimes I wonder that. I didn't get a ticket. I guess my cool breeze paid off that time. But I'm trying to just make the most out of life. Things get hard. I'm waiting on this company. I applied. They accepted me. It seems like, but then she sends me these messages, and it just doesn't seem real. I guess I don't know what people thought they had in their hands, but they actually are still there and still respectful. Interesting, interesting. To be fair, the album doesn't have a Crazy Man to replay by Mr. Meet the Grams. Nah. Oh, oh man, still going. This is probably one of the worst. The sad part is I don't even know if this is the worst episode, but it's definitely in the running. I apologize. I knew this was gonna be a rough one, and I'm trying my best. I knew it was gonna be. It would have been easier with her if she could have kept my energy up, but like, yeah, it's all good. She wants to play with her friends. It was probably mean the comment about the phone, but it's getting a little frustrating sometimes when it's like, I'll ask her if she wants to do something. No, no. Like she thinks it's funny, it's played out by now. No, no. And then she just continues on her phone. Sometimes she doesn't, a lot of times she doesn't mean it, but it's played out. It's not funny anymore. It's like, okay, I got the joke. You don't have to keep doing that, you know. But I'm not mad at her. I think the phone, it affects people's personalities, you know. Like you're just distracted by it all day and not doing the stuff you want to do. Not, I know. I mean, I've been having that problem lately. I've been getting distracted on my phone, and like a lot of the days, I'm not finishing what I want to finish. I'm not getting everything done that I want to get done. So I feel that it's not just her for sure. Other people too. So I feel it, man. She's going through it. People are just, people are always mean on YouTube. That's the thing I knew was going to happen. And now that it's happening to her, she's like mad. It's like, I told you that was going to happen. That's just what people do. They insult you because they don't feel good about themselves, you know? That's what I really feel like it is. I think she understands and I think she agrees. Like that, it makes logical sense to her. But that's why things will happen that way. So that's good. I think I'm also a little irritable for being tired. So that's fair. Normally I can pretend stuff doesn't bother me more, but I just didn't like her canceling last second. And I'm okay. I'm not mad, but in the moment I was like, for real, you canceled? Like, why? It didn't seem necessary to me. Here I am, like, wasting precious time. It's all good. We're going to make it home together. Let me know any of your suggestions while we're trying to make the show better. Hopefully I can help you out. Hopefully we can get better. This is definitely could do better than this, but I'll get more sleep next weekend for sure. Or next week, I should say. This week coming up, I'll be getting sleep. So my bad. But much love. Of course, he's in the restroom. But anyway, yeah, man. Tough crowd. Y'all ain't laughing either. Oh, you never do. I don't know why it goes to like some other place where it's like my mind is just bringing me to some random scenario with kids. Like I don't even know. It looks like it's just like supplies for a daycare, basically. I don't know what to do. I promise to have a better episode next week. I don't know how much longer this show. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep doing it, but I promise if I do an episode next week, it'll be better than this one. How about that? Cover all the bases. I might retire in the middle of this. Might retire next week. No, I'm cool. Just having a tough time. It happens. Like I'm so tired that I can't like properly formulate everything, and my mind just keeps getting stuck. And like I'm not saying anything. It's just bad for air. You know, it's bad for the radio, but it's all good. I still got love for everybody there in a way, one way or another. And things happen. Things will keep getting better over time, and I know that. So I hope everything works out. I always wanted to do something creative, you know. This is kind of feeding both of the main things I want: music and hosts like this. The main things, but I know to be a host like that, you have to talk trash about Nick Cannon. Weird, right? Mm. I love everybody that has given this show time over the years. I appreciate it. I really want to try to make it better, so I feel better about it. Y'all feel better about it, and the numbers go up and stuff. It's just hard because like I work a lot and put a lot into what I do, and sometimes some weeks this becomes like an afterthought, and I try to make the most of it. You know, I wouldn't say that happened this week. Like I actually made the time and I created the whole outline, and then she pulled it out at the last second and kind of messed it up. But I'm still gonna make things better. You know, keep improving. Hopefully, she'll see this is a more valuable weapon. Yeah. Um. Oh, as far as so Devin Haney's trying to get his loss to Ryan Garcia overturned and turned into a DQ win for him. And I'm just like, why would you even want that as a champion? You know, as a former champion. I mean, you were a paper champion, but you know what I mean. Like, why would you want that? Doesn't make sense to me. We'll see what we have. Stop. Anyway, I'll be done. So I don't know how many more episodes I'm gonna make of this. We'll see. It was fun at times. Other times it was just like, I don't know. We'll see. Just weighing it. I really don't like this episode. And this is like one of the worst performances I've had. And, you know, I don't really blame people for tuning out. It's like this is hard to listen to, I'm sure. Hard to watch. So, but I know next week will be a lot better. I actually wanted this week to be really good, but you know, I wanted to do this earlier in the week where I had more energy, but I'm just tapped out by Sunday night. I might actually go back and like re-record an episode differently than this and upload it. Just I don't even know if I want this on there, you know. I know I'm going in, but what can I do? You know, I thought I could do better. I tried, and there's still a long way to go. But I think next weekend, maybe or whenever I come, I can bring something much better to the delight of your fans. So yeah, it's been a tough week for my performances. Some of the worst performances I've ever had. I mean, I guess people keep it street, but still. Okay. Yeah, I hope things. I keep fighting, you know, and like restaurants like this that have clients of business. rewarding. That's a nice. Okay, not cooked up. I'm just playing. Much love though to everybody out there. It will get better, I promise. It always does. I wrote quite a bit for this too, but I had to throw like almost all of it out when she didn't want to be on. But you know what? There's nothing I can do. Just stay in the course, being the best person I could be. And it's all good. We love you. Um, but that's the core verdict. Why, Bert? Nope. We just caught a lion moment. No, I'm just playing. I fought through this. I guess I should give myself some credit. Not sleeping for, what is it? Where are we up to now? 40 hours? 40 hours, I think. Is that right? I think it's 40 hours. I'm not sure. I don't know if I did the math right. Yeah, that sounds right, actually. It is 48 hours, I think. Maybe I did that wrong. 40 hours, I said. It's a long time. And I'm probably just being dramatic. It probably won't be the last of it. But we'll see. We'll see what I decide to get up to. But I won't stop ever stopping. Yeah, I just want to redo this. I just hate this, the way this turned out, the way it's turning out. I could already tell I'm gonna listen to it. I'm like, not like it. It could have been so much better. But yeah. But yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back stronger. I'm like determined to make next week one of the best ever. So hopefully I can stick to that. Hopefully I don't get too busy, But I'm gonna do what I can to make it happen. I'm sorry about this episode. This has been a struggle for real. It's just so relaxing that I can't help but start falling asleep. You know. Ah, that's close. Ah. Yeah, that's what you're getting me falling asleep. Yeah, I think I'm gonna redo this whole thing. I'm not feeling it, but here's the new beginnings, um, new endings, old old beginnings. Shout out to everybody that comes. You get it all. But yeah, I don't have too much more to say. I'm sorry for falling asleep. Sorry for being tired. But I have love for all of you, and I appreciate you listening. And I promise to get better. I know I've said that in the past, and I think I have. It's usually a soundlier bounce. Yeah. But I'll be back. I don't even know what I just said then. I'm like falling asleep, but peace. Much love, much peace.